Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back to the Brave and the Kobolds. It's lovely having you here with us in our imaginary tea room. Last time, you tracked down the clearing wherein the Red Herring gang met up with their mysterious deal maker, collaborator. Who knows? The man himself, Garland. A gentleman of the piratical persuasion, complete with hook and giant buzzard, giant vulture. You had a very interesting interaction.
It was a lot of keep away.
You managed to bring the conflict to an end. It was revealed that the owlbear did not contain the object of Garland's search, but instead it contained a mocking limerick. You suspect that the Red Herrings have played a switcheroo, and they have absconded with the original contents of the owlbear. And I believe you all made a deal with Garland. You decided you would help each other out to go and track down these teens, and he would share with you some of the fabled treasure, because what has been stolen is a treasure map, but you don't have it yet. All you have are your wits. Did anybody sew the owlbear back closed?
I don't have mending, so I can't mend it.
I do.
Okay.
Meeza, can I have a look at it for a second?
Yeah, no, of course. Here, you can have it.
And I take it, and I sort of pet it along its back, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
So we cut it open and sort of pet it, and as I touch
wait,
it,
wait! Don't forget the stuffing. And I take out the extra stuffing that I have, and I give it to you. You just shove it in the hole.
Yeah, I shove it in the hole, and then I continue stroking / peeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you see the sort of little strands of fabric. They knit themselves closed. Yeah, and the only sign left is that there's this square where that patch was.
Yeah, I'm holding on to it.
Excellent. Yeah, Garland will sort of put his sword away. He's going to actually go over to Busby. Busby is whining a little bit, sort of cooing and whining, and she's nuzzling at her wing, where there's still a rock or pebble. Sort of.
It was a rock.
Okay. I don't suppose any of you might have some kind of healing balm or something.
I have chamomile tea.
I was not aware that chamomile had healing properties.
Well, it's very relaxing.
I think we'd better just get going. Busby, it looks like you'll just have to put up with the pain for a while. You can follow behind.
I conjure mage hand and I just take the stone away.
Okay.
If it still hurts tomorrow, I can help you. But tomorrow.
Okay. You're out of spell slots, I presume.
Aye.
He sort of looks around and he says, where? They went this way. And he sort of points in a gap between the bushes where you all saw the Red Herrings bolt, where they made their getaway.
I will start marching in that direction.
I guess, because it's quite narrow, I guess you would be sort of single file. Garland is actually going to be sort of in the middle between you. I don't know whether that would mean he's behind Zaffre or behind Ag or whatever, but he's amongst you, and Busby is at the back, and she's sort of hopping along. She's very big, so she's having a bit of trouble sort of squeezing between the bushes, and every now and again you hear her sort of squawk. You don't know where the hideout is. I believe
we were given the general location. Like we were given a direction. Like you go this way.
Mino would probably have mentioned where the hideout is. So you're following this narrow path. You're following the very general directions that you were given by Mino. When Noki, something sparkly catches your eye. You see one of those fairy-like creatures, sort of bobbing up and down in the air, just a few feet in front of you, and it seems to be waving its little arms at you in a very agitated way.
As in a get out way, or
No, more in a like over here. Follow me.
Okay. Is it just in front of us, or like diverting from the path?
It's in front of you, and I think as you get closer, you can hear a tiny little voice, and it's going like. But again, it's in that language that it's kind of similar to Druidic, and it's saying this way, sort of like bobbing up and down like this, kind of pointing. That's right.
I think we need to go this way.
I trust Noki's sense of direction, especially given that we're in a forest, and I will do my little he'll do that little like pivot turn.
Nice.
And then start marching.
Garland will place a hand on your pot, Zaffre, and will say, "Wait a minute. Are you going to trust one of these forest creatures? You know, we hear tales about them on the sea. Mm-hmm. They don't look like that, but magical creatures, you never know what you're getting into. Are you sure about this?"
Well, Noki has a deep connection with the earth, and I
know. I remember.
And I trust that, so I trust that we will be led in the right direction.
He plucks a bit of mushroom out of his beard and just like looks at Noki kind of meaningfully. Yeah, he'll follow.
And you're a stranger, and you're coming with us, and you're trusting us, so yeah. And I just walk further into the forest after the fairy.
Yeah, you follow the little fairy, and you eventually reach a very, very big tree. And it looks quite old and gnarled. It looks quite older than the surrounding trees. There are these thick roots jutting out of the earth at all odd angles. It's all covered in moss and ferns and vegetation. It just looks really old and musty and shabby. And the fairy sort of dances around the tree a little bit, and still going. And then it hovers in front of Noki's face.
Okay, thank you. Are there any like tracks or like maybe climbable branches that go up?
If you want, you can all roll for investigation. If you all want to do that, I mean, if it's just Noki, you the rest of you can do something different. It's up to you. What do you want to do? Big tree.
I'll investigate, I guess.
Okay.
I will investigate.
Whoa, my goodness, Meeza.
I see everything. Give me their bank accounts, their social security. What?
You know the secrets of this tree.
I feel like what Meezer's like laying their like hands against it with their face and just let me know your secrets.
Meeza, I love you. No, I'm joking.
What?
With that exceptional investigation, Meeza, you I guess you scamper around the base of this tree. You sort of look up. There doesn't seem to be any construction or anything at the top of the tree. Quite to the contrary, you are able to find what looks a lot like a trapdoor. which has been very sort of haphazardly covered over with bits of branch and leaves and moss and.
There's a trapdoor here, guys.
Arr. Let's. I say we go in. Let's flush the little blighters out.
Is it big enough for garlands? Because if it's for kids, I.
Garland looks at you and then puts a hand on his stomach and he's like, "Are you insinuating something, my little fungal friend?"
Oh.
Yes.
Fair point. It can fit a full-sized human man. It's oversized for all of you, so.
I'm gonna pull out my sword and go in.
Oh my. Okay, so you going first, Zaffre, or is Noki going first?
Unless Noki gets there before me.
You're all sort of gathered around it at the same time, so.
I'm marching. So
okay. So you open this trapdoor, you march, and you plummet. No, you don't. You don't plummet, but it is a bit of a. It's effectively when you open it, you see there's a tunnel, and it looks a lot like this was perhaps ages ago the burrow of some kind of large forest animal, and that maybe it's been expanded a bit to accommodate humans. But yes, it's a slight incline, so maybe you falter a little bit. You steady yourself.
Kind of slip a little, and then he just,
Yeah. Smooth. Are you trying to approach forcefully, stealthily? How are you entering?
I think he wants to be a bit intimidating. He wants to go in there like he is the law, and he's just marching in there, and he's going to tell these kids what give them what for.
Oh, okay. The rest of you?
No, please.
You can tell he's got that. He's got that attitude. So you guys know what he's about to do.
Okay, so Zaffre's charging in. Meeza would like to stealth.
Yeah, let's go a little bit quieter.
Noki as well, and Ag.
I just hobble behind them.
I guess we'll make a good distraction for the other two anyway. So.
Garland is going to follow Zaffre's suit. He's not going to go for the stealthy approach. So I think Zaffre and Garland are in at the front.
Mm-hmm.
Meeza, Noki, and Ag are just behind them, but being perhaps a. Yeah.
Is Busby able to fit in here?
Busby cannot fit. Busby tries her hardest. She managed to get her head in, and sort of Garland has it. No, sweetie, you stay out here. You guard the door, and give us a squawk if anybody comes by or somebody tries to run out.
I make her a quick little cup of chamomile tea and set it down, and I say, "I'm sorry about the wing. I hope this makes you feel better," and just kind of plop it down in front of her.
Ah! Vulture noise! Ah! I don't know.
And now they all know we're here.
Yeah.
Now they all know.
Oh no! Okay, it's quiet. It's a quiet vulture noise. She just goes for the. Hail and well met. This episode, we're giving a shout out to EMBRAQUIL. They're a wonderfully talented illustrator and animator with a vibrant and fresh style. You can check out their website for more examples of their gorgeous artwork, support them on Ko-fi, and follow their various social media pages to find out when they're open for commissions. All their links are included in the video description below. Zaffre and Garland would be the first to get eyes on the scene. This tunnel leads to a large. I'd say it would look quite familiar to all of you. It's very similar to a den or a burrow. Quite a large space, by your standards. By the standards of the occupants, it's a little bit cramped. You see a quite tall, lanky, half-orc girl who is wearing what looks like a hide jacket, but the sleeves have been torn off, and it's covered in sort of pins and things. There is another youth. He is human. He's very sort of beefy looking. He's not as tall as the girl. He's sort of also wearing sort of raggedy looking clothes, and he seems to be playing with a not even a dagger. It's like a knife, like a pocket knife. There is another young man. Also, he's quite tall, quite muscular looking. He's playing with a chain, which is perhaps a bit bizarre. Standing sort of in the middle of them, or sort of just the only one who's standing. All of them are kind of hunched because for them it's quite a small space. Standing in the middle of them is a short young man with very hairy feet, a sort of a floppy mohawk, also wearing a hide jacket with one sleeve torn off. The other one is still there. And all of them are wearing red armbands. They seem to be passing around a bottle of brown liquid, and they're sort of passing it around, and they seem to be taking a swig from it, and they all have a big hearty laugh, and then they pass it around, and somebody else has a swig from it, and they seem to be finding this incredibly amusing. And the young man in the middle is also brandishing a very sort of tightly rolled up piece of parchment. And he seems to be sort of brandishing it in a celebratory manner.
I'll come in with my sword and I point it right at him. You thieves! You have been caught. It's time to give it up. Return all of the items that you have taken, and there will be no trouble.
The short young man that you've just leveled your sword at, drops the bottle, and is shocked. They're all shocked. That is definitely that tactic has been successful. Then I think within the space of a second, they get a good look at you. They all start laughing. I mean, that's mean. Do you want to roll for? I'm sorry, that was mean.
No, it's fine. It's entirely in character for them. So
you could roll for intimidation.
Well, what I'd like to do actually is I'm going to take the flat side of the sword, the not sharp side, and I'd like to give him a smack with it.
Ooh.
Like not one necessarily that will cause pain. It's more of a shock.
He's definitely not expecting that. He's still laughing like a twerp. And
right. You want me to roll the hit? See if
I was going to say you just do it because he's not expecting it. You've got the sword level at him anyway, so I think it's a fraction of a second you slap him in the face with the flat side of your sword, and the smile is wiped off his face, and it's replaced with a very cruel-looking sort of sneer. Oh, I see.
You will.
Who are you supposed to be?
I am Zaffre of the Dragon Guard, and I will enforce the law.
Oh, I'm Zaffre of the Dragon Guard. I'm gonna enforce the law. And they all imitate that, and they start making like a sing-song of it.
He makes this really growling noise.
You can roll for intimidation. Roll for intimidation. They all shut up instantly. They see your sharp teeth. They sort of they hear this kind of growl coming up from the depth of your tummy, all the way up through your throat, and they are silenced.
He's doing that thing too, where they, you kind of pull the lips up so you can see all of the teeth. You will return the items.
Am I within 30 feet of the guy who was triumphantly holding the?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to do the same thing that I did to our new pirate friend.
Okay.
And I would like to conjure my mage hand and try to grab it out of his hand and bring it back towards me.
He's not gripping it anywhere as tightly as Garland was.
Yeah.
He was just like waving it around like nobody's business. So you are able to just pluck this out of his hand, and
it just starts slowly coming towards me.
Wait a minute, because he was scared of Zaffre, and now suddenly the map has gone from his hand. And he reaches into his jacket, and he takes out a dagger.
Ooh.
He is going to throw it. He's gonna throw the dagger at the scary kobold. He's gonna throw it at Zaffre.
Yeah.
So gonna throw that. Does a 21 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, I was not. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Uh-oh.
This is the part of GMing that I really don't, because I don't want to hurt anybody.
Oh no, it's fine.
Hurt us.
It'll make him more knightly.
It hits you in the shoulder frying pan. It gets in there like in a gap between the frying pan and your shoulder. 6 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Okay. Oh no. I'm sorry.
No, don't.
I like how I set a giant vulture on you and I didn't have any of these qualms, and now suddenly I feel really bad.
That's when kids throw a dagger and we're like, oh no.
Oh no.
We're all out of spell slots. We don't have any healing items. This is great.
As a consequence of getting the dagger lodged, until you remove it, and until I would say you are healed, you are not able to use your sword properly, because it's a two-handed sword. So I would say you would have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay.
And I'm also realizing technically we should go into initiative.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, because I'm just thinking all the other red herrings have not made a move. They are still very much intimidated. But if it depends how many of you want to get involved in this fight, I will say only those of you who are going to get involved need roll initiative.
How about not trying to start a fight? How about that?
I'd love the idea of Noki just putting her hands on her hips and saying, "How about we don't get into another fight?"
Yeah, how about that?
Meeza's just they're way too concentrated on getting that map.
Writing down the initiative, and then Lambert, just in case you hadn't twigged, this is the halfling boy.
Does he bear a resemblance to his dad?
Yes. From a human perspective, he is a halfling like his dad. The only real difference is he's a bit slimmer and shorter and younger, and he has a mohawk.
Oh, what color? What color?
It's just his natural hair color. It's not dyed. No.
But that's still cool. Mohawk's cool.
So while Meeza is just admiring Lambert's style,
Mohawk,
Noki is first.
I'm gonna get in between and like, how about we calm down, we talk this out, and nobody else gets hurt, and how about that?
You can roll for persuasion. I will say, if anybody who had a speaker background, okay, never mind. You don't need help.
Never mind.
Don't need help.
Noki's got it.
While you said this, I think probably Lambert maybe tilted his head a little bit to the side, and he did notice the other 3 very similar looking lizard creatures, as well as Garland, who has his sword drawn. All right. I can see maybe a little tete-a-tete would be opportune. It's all right, lads. Stand down. And like they're all just sort of looking at each other, going, "We weren't doing anything." You've got his attention. He is, that you all rolled initiative. It's over. You're out of initiative. Nothing's happening.
I'm gonna, when I realize that they're gonna talk, I will move off to the side and deal with this dagger, and then I will use my second wind.
So Ag and Meeza are going to help. Going to tend.
I was going to make sure I got the map.
I'll go help Zaffre.
Okay. Meeza, you have the map. Garland is actually going to go right up to Lambert, and he's going to pick him up, which is hard because Garland is crouching because he's very tall for this sort of weird burrow situation. So he's going to pick him up, and then he is going to drag him out the tunnel. Don't worry. I'm only suggesting we take this outside. Why don't you scoop up your little blue friend there, and we'll just take this outside. If you wrangle up the rest of them, I'll meet you outside. And
You're not gonna hurt him. Please don't hurt him.
There wasn't no worry, but now I worry.
Yeah, now I worry too. I worry a lot.
There was no worry in my heart, but now it is
No,
one.
Noki, go with him. Go with him. Make sure that you doesn't hurt the hatchling.
You can roll for insight.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, she's got it.
You get the impression that he is trying to scare Lambert a lot. But when he sort of turns to you and he sort of says, "I'm going to take this outside," he gives you a wink. He's basically tasked you with shoving the rest of these kids out as well. They seem to be quite accommodating. They are still sufficiently intimidated. They're outnumbered now.
We can do this the easy way or the easy way. Wait. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. And the hard...
Oh, sorry. Go on. Sorry.
No, I was going to say that the hard way...
No, after you. Go on.
No, I was just... Okay, but... All right. I was going to say the hard way is my friend Noki going to give you a very stern talking to. And my friend Zaffre is going to smack you on your bottom with the flat end of their sword.
I don't want that.
Then why don't you just follow us out, and then we don't have to do any of that. Noki may still talk to you, though. I think that would be good.
Meeza, you are addressing this half-orc girl directly, correct?
Yes, the very big half-orc girl that I didn't realize was a half-orc girl. But yes, we'll go with that.
She's tall. She's not necessarily big. She's tall and lanky.
Taller than me, though.
Oh yeah, everybody's taller than you.
Yeah.
Could you roll a perception for me, please?
It's not.
This
broken.
This half orc doesn't look like anybody you've ever met before. Looks absolutely bears no resemblance to anybody you've ever seen before in your entire life. Just looks like a complete nobody to you.
You're
Boy,
a
howdy.
complete nobody to me. I've never seen anything like you before, ever.
Let's just start heading outside, please.